absolutely vile. I'll tell you a very quick story. I was walking down the streets, and I saw a sign, and it said every day you should do something that scares you. So I thought, right, and I booked a train ticket to Glasgow. Now, I was walking down the street, and this indigenous chap. Now, I knew he was a native. He had the blue skin. This indigenous chap summoned my attention in the following manner. Hey! Hey! Freddie! Freddie Mercury! Now, I had no idea who this Freddie Mercury chap was. But here's the point. I was the only chap, I was only me there. He could only have been, you know, I thought, plus he had a degree of enthusiasm in his voice that I found rather enticing. So I thought, in for a penny, I'll be Freddie. I said, yes, I am Freddie. And what can Freddie do for you today? And he said to me, we shall around your neck, Freddie. What's that around your neck, Freddie? And I said, this is a cravat. And he said, no, isn't it? No, it isn't. Now, I'd been to a cravat shop that day. Sells one item. I'd bought one, I was wearing it. I was near to 100% that I was in the right. But I was keen to hear his side of the argument. Now, this chap was very thin, pale as a ghost, huge purple nose. You know the type. He was wearing sporting attire that I can only describe as shit. I do not use that word lightly. Honestly, it was a logo peeling off his tracksuit thigh as though the logo were attempting a suicide bid. As though the logo was screaming, I should be clinging to the thigh of an athlete, not hunkered round the ankles of a man attempting to defecate in a bush. But I wanted to give him a fair crack of the whip. Of course I did. So I said, all right, I'll play. It's not a cravat. What is it? And he said to me, I was confused by that. And I communicated my confusion non-verbally in the following manner. And then he clarified, a wanker's tie. A tie worn by a wanker. You, mate, are a wanker. I had something there. I said, I think you'll find wankers don't wear ties, they wear whistles. He didn't laugh. He looked at me confused, and he communicated his confusion non-verbally by roundhouse kicking me to the side of the head. We were rolling around on the floor having a terrific fight. Honestly, you were the socks. If you'd have been there was testosterone flying around everywhere. Him, me, you, who knows what would have happened. But eventually, with all the choking and the eye gouging and so on, I realised we'd quite hurdled the need for any getting to know you small talk. He became a very good friend of mine. We got a caravan together. Everything was wonderful until he left me. It's more complicated than that. We hatched a plan to go round robbing Aldi warehouses. We thought security would be lax as there was nothing of any value to steal there. Eventually, though, he fell through skylights and got wedged amongst a number of jars of Polish pickled cabbage. got stuck there, and the next morning the management found him and he told them he was their new security guard. And they believed him.